Testing, testing. Oh, who's already here? How you doing? I fell asleep. I fell asleep, and so this is a bit of a late one. How you doing? And we are alive. Okay, we're alive and we're alive. Talking about threading the needle, and my voice just cracked. We're gonna move swiftly past that. Okay. Prerequisites to progress. Okay. Now, my brain's at about 10% functionality, and that's what it's about, right? What does it mean to thread the needle? To find harmony between things for the sake of, you know, the metaphor, sewing, so that you can continue sewing. How do you thread the needle, find that balance so you can keep moving forward? And, you know, I think the prerequisite that you kind of need, regardless of anything, is just the ability to put one foot in front of the other. Is this turning too much into a sewing reference? I don't know. Um, I refuse to spend too much time today on the live because I choose to, and because I just woke up, and I could have just gone back to sleep, but these are important because they're. I know it's a late one, but once you say 100, you know, every day, daily, you got to do daily. So just getting it in, getting the rep in, you know, putting one foot in front of the other. Who cares if it's boring? Who cares if it's, just me rambling? Um, testing, testing. My thing is just needs to happen. Eventually, you know, you you take enough steps one in front of the other, and eventually you have yourself a sweater, or you have yourself a beanie, or whatever you're making, you know. And it is complicated, but not if you break it down, right? I remember this episode of Assassination Classroom, Assassination High School. No, one of the ones. With the guy is like this yellow alien-looking dude who becomes like the teacher for like high school. Assassination Classroom. I think Classroom because it's not a high school that he's taking over; it's just Classroom. But yes, in the show, he teaches the kids how to solve problems in an exam, and And the metaphor is that when they take the exam and they come across a particularly difficult question, it's it's shown or visualized as a battle in an arena. And a particularly difficult question will be a giant monster they've never had training fighting. And for them, the solution is that despite it being such a huge beast, you just break it apart into smaller problems, and that becomes easier. You know, you see a big problem, and you just dissect it. And so they dissect the monster into smaller problems, and suddenly they it's just a bunch of small problems combined together in a way to make it seem like a bigger problem than it is. And I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. It's just a bunch of small problems, one after the other, one after the other, small problems. And if you solve enough, you get a solution. You get a sweater, right? So thread the needle, and eventually you get a sweater, if you get what I mean. But he never sleeps. While you're sleeping, Dubai's getting its reps in. Just one hammer, if you can hear it. One pillar, one screw, one cable, one at a time, and eventually you have a city. Can you see the sleep on my face? I'm incredibly exhausted. My my exhaustion from the day before bled into today, but I didn't do nothing today. I managed to make some progress in prospecting. I have a list of names I'm going to be going through. And yeah, I'm gonna go through them. I think LinkedIn allows 20 connects a day, but I have to make sure they're strategic connects. I just keep adding. And yeah, and honestly, that's all. That's all I have to say. A quick 10-minute live is all that's in me. Not even like I'm gonna fall asleep immediately, but there's nothing else to say. I've got prospects. I'm gonna keep it going. Solved a small problem, another problem, another small problem right ahead, then another one, and it might not feel like a lot of progress, but that's why it needs to happen over 100 days, or perhaps longer. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be doing that, And tomorrow I want to, tomorrow I'm gonna go live from a nicer place again. I'm gonna not be on a balcony, and I'm gonna be at the cafe. I think. Yeah, I need to get back into the groove. Really messed up my system the other day, but yesterday, day before yesterday. Let's be honest. But that becomes another small problem to solve. How you doing? And yeah, thread the needle, figure it out. Once you find that balance, one step in front of the other, and that's just like solving a big problem. It seems like a big problem, but it's always just a bunch of little problems put together, and so it looks more chaotic and difficult than it actually is. Yeah. But because the steps are so minuscule, right? And they're not always too easy, but just, doable steps. But so many, and so many, in such a massive quantity that the problem seems greater than it is. But it's not that great. It's just a bunch of little problems put together. Thanks for the like. If you solve enough little problems, eventually you get to the end of the line. And to extend the metaphor, eventually you get a sweater. Do you get it? Okay. I pulled myself out of a deep sleep to do this because it's important that I don't miss a day, even if I might be late a little bit to call it that day. It's important that it gets done. Um, so that's why I'm here. This is going to be incredibly short. Or not. I don't know. What is there to talk about? It just got really quiet. They're turning off the lights. I just said Vi never sleeps, and now it's starting to fall asleep. What's the battery like? Battery is 20%, and my phone's getting hotter, so I'm gonna call it a night. This has been real. Um, Assassination Classroom, threading the needle. Did you get it? My head, there's like a problem there. I've got like this unending headache, but that's another little problem. And for some reason, painkillers isn't fixing it. It's just like this constant like thing in there. And it's like, is that stress or is that like, is it a physical symptom? Is it a, well, I guess it would be a physical symptom anyway. But I just need that to go away. I think I just need that to go away, and I think I'm good. Otherwise, you know, solve any little problem that come my way. Either way, that is me. What was it? What do I usually say? Be good, do good things, and subscribe, and good things happen. I'm gonna go back to sleep now. All right. See you tomorrow, or just later today.